current video, make sure to subscribe, and let's get into today's video. So guys, this one's about ERLC updates that were never added. 3, 2, 1, let's begin.
Today we are looking at things that were made but never added to emergency response in Liberty County. I do actually remember finding this over a year ago, but completely forgot about it until yesterday. I want to give credit to Sky Bloxified for actually finding these and telling me about these after I forgotten all about this. So we've got 3 main topics which we're going to be looking over today, starting with the tractor animation. So you can see we've got a driver seat animation, which it's quite a simple animation, but it does what it needs to do. Made by High Voltage Studio, which of course is the development group, 2 years ago. So this was made in the summer of 2021, when tractors were originally added to the game. I've got a tractor spawned in here, and the weird thing is that nearly 3 years on, there is no animation for holding the steering wheel. Your arms are just sitting at the side, whilst the tractor's just driving on autopilot or something. Possibly even weirder than that is if we open up the developer console here, you can see on this first line it says failed to load animation, and then it gives us this ID. Well, if we put this ID into Roblox, here is the driver seat animation. So it seems to have been in the game for the last 3 years, but just broken, I guess? We can see the animation in use in the trailer from summer of 2021. Just bizarre that it's in game but not used. Up next we have an AR crouching animation. And this was made 5 years ago, back in 2018, and yet we've never seen it implemented into the game. Similar to the driving animation in the tractor, I've equipped an AK-47. I suppose you can do the same with any assault rifle in the game, but when we do so, open up the developer console, pressing F9, and you can see this bottom line here, failed to load animation, and then it gives us another ID. Yet again, pasting this into the Roblox websites brings us up with the AR crouching animation, made in October of 2018. That was before the game even released. And yet for some reason it's still in game but never has actually been used. How bizarre. It does look kind of cool as well. At first I thought this was for the sniper, but again it could work for either. Though I do have some good news regarding gun animations. This summer, as confirmed in the PLC Q&A, they're redoing all of the gun systems, animations and whatnot, so we should finally begin a crouching animation, which would be amazing. Next up is fire hoses, and as you can see we have 4 animations lined up here. In February of 2023, the fire department received a massive update where they went from Bluetooth hoses here to actual hoses that do have to connect to fire trucks, a lot more realistic. But strangely enough, there's no new animation. You simply run with it over your shoulder. There's no crouching animation or anything like that for attacking the fires. But it does look like 4 animations were made to be used with the fire hose. We've got one for kneeling, we've got one for standing, we've got one for walking with the hose, and we've got a transition from standing to kneeling, so like crouching down with the hose. This is a photo from 2018, I believe, and strangely enough in this photo they do have an actual line running to this hose. Guessing that was just put in for this photo, but you can see they do have some sort of animation with holding and spraying the fire hose. But again, we've never had one added into the game, even with this revamp. And last but not least is the miscellaneous animations. A bunch of different animations for different purposes that I suppose we'll put together. So first up is a limping animation. I'm guessing this would be applied if your health dropped under a certain percentage. This would have actually been really cool to see for roleplays, especially if you're involved in a shooting or something like that. And talking about shooting, we've got an animation for getting shot. So instead of just, I suppose, losing health, you'd actually have an animation play. You get hit by a bullet, it's going to be pretty powerful, pushes you back a bit. Next up we have an EMT inspecting. Now I don't think this was ever added to the game. Of course we have got some animations with the NPCs and stuff. We have got some animations for treating NPCs, but usually for roleplay purpose, we'll just have medics sit beside someone with their medic bag and monitor placed on the ground. Next up is a DOT car rim. Now I'm actually thinking this is talking about like a tire or a wheel rim. That would make more sense than a car rim, I believe. This may have been used for the wheel gun that you have on DOT. So instead of just standing there with it, you kind of crouch down to where the tire would be. Unscrew that and put a new one on. And lastly, we have a death animation. In-game currently, if you are killed, you simply ragdoll. But my guess is before that, they wanted to implement some sort of specific animation. I think it actually works out pretty well now, just ragdolling to the ground. And last but not least is a crouch walk cycle. So basically crouching. This was found by Jelly a while back. So yeah, it looks like you would have been able to crouch, walk around, maybe with tools in your hand, maybe just crouching and walking around. Definitely would have been cool for robbing the bank, or maybe even law enforcement if SWAT were doing a house breach, things like that. That would have definitely been useful for. I don't like to do videos leaking stuff for upcoming updates, but a lot of these animations were made between 1 and 5 years ago, so a lot of these I don't think will be arriving into the game anytime soon. But it's just cool to look at what was made but never added to the game. And maybe one day the developers will fix the animation for the tractor, for example, and those will be added to the game, because that would definitely be cool to see. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content on this channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Anyway guys, that's all for today's video. If you want to see more gaming content and more Roblox news, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, see you next time. Peace out, buddy, and goodbye. Toodaloo, bye bye.